Welcome to Total Body Strength. My name is Amy, Target Fitness Program Manager. Today is full body strength, 30 minutes long. Let's hop into our warm up. Start with some hip circles. Push those hips left, right, forward, and back, and some mobility through that hip joint. Whatever feels good. If you've been sitting for a long time, this should feel awesome on those hips, especially on the front. Let's go opposite, switch sides, or switch direction rather. One or two more here. And then heel toe those feet a little bit wider and shift those hips left to right. Get a nice stretch on that inner leg, maybe a little bit on that outer glute. Warming up those stabilizers through the hip, knee, and ankle. Maybe a little bit of ankle mobility as well. Depending how far down you go into this. You're always in charge of range of motion, your intensity, your effort level, what weights you choose. I'll give some guidelines, but you make adjustments as you need to. One more left and right here. Last one. Bring it back. Let's reach and pull. Warming up shoulders and torso, core. Get a little bit of a rotation, opposite hand to knee or elbow to knee. Get those arms big. Reach, pull, crossover. Just warming up the body, getting the blood moving, getting those muscles and joints ready to work. And lift heavy. 5 more, 4, 3, 2, reverse lunge. Here we go. We'll add a reach and knee drive. Reach, knee drive. Still warming up that upper body here. I'm alternating here. Let's switch that upper body to an opposite reach and rotation. So as we reverse lunge, we rotate and reach. You could even extend that back arm back all the way into a nice T shape. One more each side. Bring it back up tall. Let's do some hinges. Just getting those hamstrings warmed up a little bit more. Pushing the hips back. Little bend in the knees. Good. But we don't want to make it squats yet. 3 more. 2, 1. And let's do some body weight squats to finish it off. However deep you want to go into this, you could even pause at the bottom, get some deep squat and mobility in. Stance is always individual, but approximately shoulder width. Toes can be out or forward. Just make sure those knees follow the general direction where those toes are pointing. Upper body tall, shoulders back and down. Core is lightly connected to. Last 2. Last one. Shake it out. Grab a quick drink. We'll hop into our first tri-set here. My watch is charging, so I need to have a clock nearby. Keep an eye on the time. Make sure my intervals work out as they should. All right. I'm going to have you grab a single medium to heavy dumbbell. We're going to do a pendulum lunge. So forward and back. If you want to add in a combination upper body, it's going to be an upright row. Sorry, I bracked it. So it's going to be a lunge, upright row, lunge, upright row. I put the dumbbell in my opposite arm as my working leg or my moving leg. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pendulum lunge, upright row optional. Or the opposite can be optional if you don't want to do lunges and want to work shoulders. Making this more advanced by just floating that leg through, balancing as you upright row rather than stepping through, but whatever works for you. We're going to do the whole interval on this side. So you don't have to upright row every single time. Depending on the weight you chose, it might be a little heavy to do upright rows every single rep. Elbow wide, dumbbell to armpit. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. We're going to go over to that other side for our second interval. Switching sides with that dumbbell as well. If you choose to omit that upright row, go heavy. You can go 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lots of ways to customize this if you want to make it better and for you and your body today. Maybe you just want an upright row on the reverse lunge instead of the front lunge. Making sure as we step forward into that front lunge, it's not too quick or harsh on that front knee. That back lunge, reverse lunge can be a little bit more leaned into with a hinge for more glute activation. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down into core work. We're going to go into a side plank. Lifting our hips. You can have your knee down. You can be up on your feet. You can be on your elbow or hand. Start first 5 seconds just holding here. We're going to lift arm and leg and reach forward with our arm. Kick it back with our leg in a diagonal pattern. So reach, rotate, come back in. Reach, rotate, and back in. You'll feel those obliques working hard. Here's 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. If you want to do just arm or just leg to kind of get the coordination of it first, that is just fine. Keeping the hips elevated in line with the body. Don't let them sink down too far. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Round 1 done. Excuse me. Coming back from a cold over the weekend. All right, team, ready for pendulum lunge? Start with whichever one feels the best right now. Here's 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So apologies for any sniffles or coughs. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Another option here is to upright row in between front and back lunge, maybe 1 or 2 reps. That kind of separates it out. You don't have to worry about balance as much or coordinating. You can also do just front or just reverse lunge. That is just fine. We're burning out that one side for a whole interval. 3, 2, 1. Switch it up. All right. Heading over to the other side in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Breathing through it. Keeping that pelvis in a neutral spot. Pull that tailbone back behind you. Shoulders back and down. Working the top of the shoulder on that upright row. 3, 2, and 1. Side plank. Start on your opposite side first this time. I'll show an inclined version of this. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Breathing through this one. Try not to hold your breath. Take that heel back on that diagonal, working the glute medius. Rotating, use that rotational oblique. Switching sides. Nice work. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Round 2 done. Nice job. 2 down, 1 to go for this section. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm doing a double arm upright row, but staying single leg forward and back. Same leg moving back and forth, just to mix it up. Good way to customize if you want. Over halfway with this interval. And whether you start with your forward or reverse lunge makes it feel different as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Over to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice lower and upper combo here. Slow and controlled. We're getting like somewhere between 8 and 10 reps. Might be on the lower end with this combo kind of move. Working at like an 8 out of 10 by the end. Last couple of reps are challenging, but still doable. Woo! I get out of breath so easily after my cold right now. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm definitely scaling back how much I lift for sure. So I'm definitely not lifting at an 8 out of 10 just because I'm sick. All right, diagonal side crunch. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Kick it back, reach it forward, bring it in. Awesome job, team. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Finish up this 3rd round. Four, 3, one more rep. Come on, 2, and 1. All right, quick break. Head into a second half of the class. We're gonna get doing kind of the ultimate combination exercise. So our first one is gonna be called a woman maker, or it originally was a man maker. I'm gonna incline mine, but you can go to the floor. So this is like 4 or 5 different lifts in one. It's gonna be a curl up, press, bring it down, deadlift to the floor or to a chair, step back, row, push up, and repeat. Step it in, deadlift it up, curl, repeat. You can modify any one of those steps. You can take out any one of those things. So 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So you can take out the press. You don't have to do a bicep curl if you don't want to. You can go straight into the deadlift plank. You don't have to do push-up. You don't have to do row. You could make this like a slow burpee if you wanted to. You could concentrate on that dumbbell deadlift if you wanted to. Just deadlift, just plank. You can do all of it to make it extra challenging. The push-ups are a little challenging on an inclined surface on dumbbell, so sometimes I take that one out. Here's 3, 2, 1. All right, since that one was so involved, it was like 5 in 1. We're going to be doing a march with an iso hold. So you can either stack it on your shoulder or press it up to a full shoulder press and just march it out. I like to extend my arm out for balance. So the weight wants to pull you this way, or it wants to twist you this way. Core is resisting that while also stabilizing through this knee lift. Shoulder stabilizing with that weight. Obviously, if you got it pressed up here, it's more challenging. Switch sides. That knee lift doesn't have to be super high. If you find that your tailbone is kind of curling under, keep it lower. Maintain that neutral pelvis, neutral rib cage, so we don't want to push up or arch the spine too much. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come down into all fours. We're going to be doing fire hydrant, bird dog. 3, 2, 1. Lift that knee out to the side. Let's stay on one side for the first half. Bird dog. Sorry. Opposite arm and leg for bird dog. Just a single leg for fire hydrant. Kick the heel back. We'll switch sides at that halfway mark. 3, 2, 1. You can always put a dumbbell in the crook of your knee for more challenge for that fire hydrant. Working these smaller muscles that support the hips and pelvic floor. My hand wants to move on the fire hydrant and the bird dog. Here's 3, 2, 1, and rest. Doing some higher complexity moves like that as well works the brain as well as the body. I'll show the full version woman maker this round. No incline. 10 seconds. Go ahead and watch the timer and start when you see that timer switch over. I gotta blow my nose quick, so I'm gonna mute myself. All right, for this woman maker without an incline, it's a pretty deep squat or deadlift. So making sure that stance is a little bit wider so those hips can get into a nice deep squat deadlift position. Extra challenge if you want to hop in instead of stepping. Three, 2, and 1. We got march. Try to go for a heavier weight. Really set yourself up in that offset position. Make it challenging. Here we go. You could even have this in a suitcase position right off the side where your dumbbell wants to come down to the floor because of gravity, and you're resisting that lateral flexion. Switching sides. Nice work. Couple more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bird dog fire hydrant. If you don't want to make it a combo, it can be one or the other. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That bird dog, we're reaching towards the walls, not the ceiling. I like to curl my stable leg, the toes under for more stability. As we lift our knee to the side, making sure our hips are stable. We're not rotating or arching or moving through that midsection. Switching sides right here. Awesome job, team. Couple more right here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back up vertical, quick drink of water. Final round coming up next. All right, woman maker, final time. Make them good. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice job. Moving with intention here. We don't want to go too fast through this one. Breathing as evenly as you can. Maybe one more time through. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. We got marches. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. This overhead position requires a little bit of mobility through that lat. Strength through that shoulder. Switching sides right here. That's halfway. Couple more. Nice and steady. You got it. Slow and controlled. 3, 2, 1. All right. Bird dog, fire hydrant. And then a couple mobility, cool down, down regulation. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. If you wanted to alternate sides, you could. Bird dog, fire hydrant, other side bird dog, other side fire hydrant. Gets hard to keep track where you are though. I'll still call out halfway if you're doing one side at a time. 3, 2, 1, switching sides. That fire hydrant may not be a big range of motion. That is okay. Working on hip mobility will help that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in this tabletop. Bring those knees wider. Bring those feet together and come back into a child's pose here. Get a nice stretch through that upper body. Let that chest come to the floor. Forehead can rest on the floor. Let that low back release. Come back up to tabletop. Bring those knees underneath the hips, hands underneath shoulders. Cat cow for 2 or 3 rounds. Inhale, drop the belly. Lift the chin. Open the heart. Exhale to cat. Round the spine. Tailbone curls under. Chin to chest. Follow your breath. 2 more rounds. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. last time through. And then come back to neutral, and we're just going to do a couple of hip shifts here. So push your hips over to the right side, come back forward and over to the left side. Feel that neck stretch through the glute medius on the side of the glute. One more each way. Bring that right foot up into a half kneel position here. Find a hip flexor stretch. Arm comes up and over for a nice lat side body stretch. And release that one. Push those hips back, straighten that front leg, bring the toes back towards the shin for a hamstring stretch. And release over to the other side. Hip flexor first. Inhales and exhales through the nose if you can. Exhales being a little bit longer than your inhales. Sit it back for hamstring. And release. Go ahead and bring those feet underneath you. Lift those hips around the vertebrae. Back up into vertical. Final reach. And inhale, full body. And exhale. That is it for full body strength. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. You're welcome. Thanks for coming.